Hello and welcome, 10th of September. We're at the end of a little heat wave that we've been having. Yesterday was really hot. By 10:30 in the morning it was too hot to do anything. It's only 10:30, it's already too hot to do anything. And then last night, massive thunderstorm, so much lightning, thunder, rain, I'm sure there was hail as well, winds. We lost a couple of sunflowers in that, I'm afraid. So later on we're going to look at some of the pumpkin and squash I've got and assess what pruning they need. First of all though, we're going to dig up some potatoes. Now I'm still eating my way through my first earlies and all the bonus potatoes that came up from potatoes I've left in the ground from prior years back. Anyway, I've got a load of potatoes, so I'm not going to harvest these, so to speak. I'm going to dig up a couple of each type of plant and just have a look at them. They've been in the ground 16 weeks, so the plants are dying back, some more than others, so let's dig them up and have a look. So first of all, we've got Kerrs Pink. I don't know if you can see, but that soil is very heavy, very hard to dig. Slightly underwhelming, to be honest. I've got 4 plants, I got about that many good ones. Half the ones I dug up were either rotten or they'd gone green, if you like. Pink potatoes, they might not go green, but exposed to the sun. That'll be the problem I have with all these potatoes. Firstly, they're on the new plot I took over, so I have no idea how good the soil is. And to be honest, those potatoes were planted to sort of hopefully break up the soil, improve it a bit. And secondly, I didn't earth any of them up, so we're going to see a fair few green potatoes. But if you promise not to be disappointed, I'll promise not to be disappointed. Let's get on to the first lot of Morris Piper. Believe it or not, there are 10 Morris Piper plants in there. Let's dig some up. And again, the soil is quite heavy here too. That's a bit better. I dug up 3 plants and I've got 4 decent sized potatoes, but again, almost half the ones I dug up rotten, or some creature had burrowed in and eaten, and there's one nice one with a couple of holes there. So I'm still a bit underwhelmed. Maybe I've been spoilt by the great crop I had in previous weeks on my old plot, but got some more Morris Piper and some Picasso to go, so over there and do that. There we go, then we've got Picasso on the left here and then Morris Piper on the right here. You can see these have died right back. There's going to be a lot of green potato. We said we weren't going to be disappointed, didn't we? There's going to be a lot of green potatoes, but so be it. So these look like bigger plants, so hopefully we'll see more potatoes. In terms of rate my soil, this soil is a bit of an improvement on what we've seen so far. So things are starting to improve. We've got some decent sized potatoes there. There's still roughly half that are bad rather than good, whether they've gone rotten or they've been eaten. But one was great to move it from the good part to the bad part, but can't complain. I have just been spoiled by the great potatoes I've had previously, but you know, there's plenty more to go. There's plenty more in the ground, which I'm going to keep there for a while. Or am I deciding to go rotten? Let's have a think about storage. But first of all, let's have a look at the Picasso, who could potentially be an improvement. Let's have a look. For some reason, this soil was a little bit easier to dig. I think it's just a little bit better than what we've seen before. Well, the Picasso potatoes came through, some decent sized potatoes, much less wastage. Oh, my faith in potatoes has been restored. Plus, a nice comedy shaped potato. Beautiful, you can't ask for better than that. Let's have a go at some squash and pumpkin pruning. So this is one pumpkin plant, starts about there. It's got 4 main vines, 1 there, 2, 3, 4. You'll have to forgive me on what type of pumpkin it is. I lost track of which type when I was planting them out, but bearing in mind it's getting later in the year, it's 10th of September. I've got to make sure that the pumpkins I've got get big enough and also ripen enough. They're going to get less and less sun over the coming weeks. So let's have a breakdown of each vine. And tell you what I'm going to do. Vine 1. Vine 1 comes out of the plant there, along. Flower. We do have a pumpkin. Okay, size, got a little one on the end there. What I'm going to do with that one, remove all the flowers, stop it producing any more, and then chop it off after that pumpkin. That one's going to be binned, unfortunately. Hopefully that one will grow. Vine 2 comes out of the plant there, behind this flower. I'm going to get rid of that. It's a male flower, so that doesn't actually produce a pumpkin, it produces a pollen. There's a nice sized pumpkin. We continue further along. There's smaller pumpkins that are developing. There is a female flower that has got a bulb under there. That would have produced a pumpkin if I'm going to leave it. Removed it. And this goes. We've got another pumpkin there. And then nothing. So this one, I'm going to chop it off after that one. Vine 3. This one has a little bit of pumpkin, so I'm going to remove some of these leaves to expose it to more sun so that it goes ripe. This is Vine 3 go a long way before there's any kind of decent sized pumpkin there, so we'll leave that, chop off the end bit. Vine 4. Nothing on it, nothing on it, nothing on it. It's a load of leaves, flowers, but don't get to any kind of pumpkin till any size till we get there. Don't think there's anything on the end of it. No. In a bold move, I get rid of Vine 4 entirely. Bold move. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. I'm no pumpkin expert, but hopefully remove some of the smaller ones, remove all the flowers that don't produce any more, expose the bigger ones to sunlight. Yeah, it's all about concentrating the plant's energy now, for me, on the pumpkins that are there. Go with that. Right, that felt a bit harsh, especially chopping off that entire side, but I've got 2 pumpkins that the worst happened, I can take them up now, and then we've got 4 other ones. Hopefully they're going to grow a bit bigger. If this was earlier on in the year, I might have left more on, chance to grow, but like I say, it's the 10th of September now. And these pumpkins are sort of a smaller variety, so they're not going to be giant pumpkins. But we'll look at another pumpkin plant I've got right now. So the big pumpkin and squash mix up of 2023. I put about 30 plants out, but only 4 survived and lost track of which is which. But I planted 3 types of pumpkin: jack-o'-lantern, mammoth and Big Macs. I reckon they are jack-o'-lanterns. So if we wander further down the plot, this is where we're headed, over here. There are other types of squash I planted. Butternut butterfly, so butternut squash, that hasn't survived. Summer sunblast, I don't think that survived, but we did plant some ichiki curry squash. Got that there. I think they're the right shape. So that's that. Then we get onto these 2 plants here, and they are 2 plants. One starts there, sprawling all over the path, etc. Look a bit closer. We've got some fruits there. That looks squash-like to me. And this plant looks the same as this plant. Then we get in here. We've got this monster. Absolutely huge. It's bigger than the pumpkins I've got over there. That's my hand for scale. I think I've got a normal size hand. Is that squash? Is that pumpkin? I don't know. Could possibly be a pumpkin, but they don't start off yellow, do they? Start off yellow. Anyway, I'm going to do the same as I did with the other pumpkin plant. This is different. So this one's got a big beast. So I'm gonna concentrate all the plant's efforts on that. Any other squash or pumpkin that's growing in that, I'm gonna get rid of. This one, I'm gonna tidy up to make sure it doesn't grow anymore. But I'm gonna keep what's sort of coming. Although, yeah, I'm gonna get rid. So we'll probably only have a couple on that plant. But trying to balance. I don't want to remove too much foliage because whilst there is a bit of light, it's obviously generating energy from the sun into the plant. But so we'll do the same as we do these ones. Let's see. Stop it growing any more fruit, that is. There we go. Let's get cracking. Right, that's those two plants tidied up then. Got one big fruit on that plant, just one. Hopefully, combination of get a bit bigger and get it ripened to whatever colour it will turn out to be. And this one we got 3 or 4 smaller. I'm assuming they're squash. So hopefully all that'll work out. Just trying to think, just 'cause it's hot today, next week, the week after, it's going to get increasingly cold. So let's call it a race against time to make it sound more exciting. Right, so fingers crossed for those pumpkin and squash, and we might even find out what that large yellow thing is. Lessons learned, maybe earth up your potatoes more. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, click subscribe, send me a comment. See you next time, cheers!